Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to our podcast, Slumber Party. My name is Lauren,
My name's Abby.
and this is a brand new podcast. We've
Yeah.
never done this before.
We literally don't know what we're doing, and we've tried starting this a million times. It's like I never start a podcast at the beginning of the podcast. I feel like I always hop on the podcast right
in the middle?
Well, I'm never I always discover a podcast after it's been on.
Oh, you
So
mean
I don't know how people start podcasts. It feels so
right.
weird.
You mean on a random episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna introduce ourselves a little bit because you guys don't know us.
Yeah, literally don't even know us. There's no other online presence. This is
Except for my middle school YouTube channel.
Yeah. No, I did have a brief stint on YouTube.
No, I did. I remember I tried to start a YouTube channel, and I was serious about it, and I was posting, and then this guy in middle school, talked to me about it, about this video I did, and I don't remember what the video was. It was something about cereal. It must have been a challenge. And then he said something about it, and then I went home and I, privated and deleted it. I was so embarrassed, and I was like, if only I was braver. Then I could have been big.
You literally have to have so much confidence.
That was the prime time too.
Wanted to start a YouTube channel, and you wanted to be it. You wanted to be a YouTuber, but it is so embarrassing to start being a YouTuber. This is hard.
And I'm why could my middle school self not be brave and not care what people think when that's the time where you care what everyone thinks. But that was a prime time for the it girls now. I feel in middle school that's when they all started, and that could have been me.
Yeah, I never got in with the group. No, but I feel I was you were friends with all the popular kids in middle school and elementary school because it didn't matter, and then you get through high school and then they become way more cool than you.
Yeah, in high school things are way more separated.
Yeah. Anyway, we're kind of off the rails right now. So more about us because you literally don't know who we are besides our names. We are sisters. I'm 23.
I'm 22. We're 13 months apart.
Yeah. So
almost Irish twins.
Really close to Irish twins.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say that.
Well, what's it's a baker's dozen. What's the Irish twin plus one?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
I'm sure there's some name for it that's nobody talks about. But that's us. And we just love to conversate. And so we said, let's start this podcast.
Yeah, and okay. It took us a while to name it. I really didn't. We had no idea.
It's so hard coming up with the name.
It's really hard, and sometimes it's even now when I'm Slumber Party, I still am I don't know if it sounds right, but I think it just needs time. But it does sound right. But I do like it.
I know. Well, it's hard.
But then we were talking. I would be like this about any choice.
Yeah, we were talking about how when you think of podcast names outside of the podcast, you're that doesn't click. But because they're a podcast now and big,
it just works. It just makes it.
Yes.
It's when someone comes up with a random name for their kid one day, and they're oh, I'm naming them Charlotte, and everyone's what is that? What's Charlotte? I've never heard that sequence of letters said in that sequence before. That doesn't feel right. And then now it's just a really popular name.
Yeah. So
basically,
yeah. But then you have to look up.
You never know.
Does someone already have this podcast name?
Yeah.
Because there's so many podcasts in the world.
And we want it to be the one and only.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to compete with another.
Even though Slumber Party is a pretty frequently used phrase.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the one podcaster named this.
Yeah. Anyway, so as you can see, it was difficult to choose, but so we kind of just want to get on this podcast and kind of talk about anything really. We don't like to confine ourselves. We like a lot of different things, and we just wanted to be able to like chit chat and just like hang out.
Yeah. And Slumber Party kind of ties into that because at a slumber party, you get into these really deep talks late in the night, and you end up talking about anything and everything. So that's kind of also where the name comes from.
Yeah.
And I love a good slumber party.
Really
until I want the person to leave in the morning. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah, so that's basically us. I feel like the other key defining things that would define me, I have 2 cats.
We're cat lovers.
We are really cat lovers. Like, seriously, like, I don't need dogs. Like, I just don't need dogs. No, I like dogs though. Like, I would never say I don't hate dogs. Like, I think they're really cute, and I honestly would get a dog in the future. But I just like love cats. Like, I just feel like a connection in my soul. Okay, this is getting really into cats.
But we had a cat growing up, and we had dogs too. But we've always had a cat. That was like our first pet.
Yeah.
So I feel like that really connected us to cats. But I have 1 cat. Abby has 2, and they're best buds. I think they're cousins. So.
Yeah. But so I love cats.
Yep. We love to read.
2 cats.
We're very I feel like we're very similar.
Yeah.
We like a lot of the same things. Sometimes sisters could be opposite.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're very similar.
We agree with everything. We mostly like everything the other person likes. Although sometimes like certain parties are into said thing like more.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
There's people you like more, but like I also like them, but not at that level.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But we like to do the same things. We have like similar style tastes, although I can never execute it as well as Abby can.
No.
But yeah. So
those are the main things.
Read. I love going to concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm doing like a icebreaker.
We don't have. Yeah, I think you guys know enough, and you'll like soon get to know more, obviously. So
yes,
I feel like that's good.
Yeah, and I think. What do you want to go to next?
I'm thinking. Okay, since we're like Slumber Party, and that's our name, I kind of like want to talk about like slumber parties, like things you watched, like rituals or like activities that you always did at a slumber party. Just like anything around that.
Yeah, this is when my story comes into play.
Okay, what was your story?
Well, it's could be a story, but it's also just like
okay, what's your thing? It doesn't have to be a whole story. What's your thing?
It's not. It's maybe a pet peeve, which that's a really negative note. Anyway, I'm an early bird. I've been my whole life. I wake up so early. Always have been like that.
Yeah.
And at slumber parties, I would always be the first one awake. And I would hate it because I would just sit on my, like, middle school and high school, I would just sit on my phone in the morning waiting for everyone to wake up. And nothing's worse
that.
And nothing is worse when it's at your house and you're waiting for someone to wake up and then you're like, I want to get on with my day and I want you to leave. And no offense, like I love my friends and I love having sleepovers, but at a certain point I'm like, you need to leave.
No, I get it. I do not. Well, when you're like younger, like a kind of like sleepover into the next day is like really fun.
That's crazy.
Like when you're young, because you're just like, I could go all. You're just way more energized. Yeah. But when you get to like teenager, like it's like no, like you leave. Like I would have friends leave at like 5 a.m, like just get up and leave because we could like drive at that point. So
well, I just remember I was always the morning early bird.
Yeah.
And everyone else would be sleeping in and there was nothing worse. I was like, I want to like get up and go, but I always felt awkward. And then when it's at your house, you're like, how do I kick this person out? So I always would just be like,
Yeah.
hey, like, I have to do this thing. Like, you have to go. And I think it's because, like, after spending that many hours with someone, I'm like, I need my alone time.
Yeah. I was not that person.
Yeah, because you slept in.
Yeah, I did sleep in more in high school, I guess. You were like really an early bird.
I have always been like that. I would, like, wake up early in elementary school and watch mom, like, work out in the morning before work
Yeah.
because I had nothing else to do.
That's so
Or I would watch Imagination Movers. You remember that show?
No.
Wait, you don't know Imagination Movers?
I have no idea what that is.
It's with the four guys. And I don't know, they're like builders or
I have
like,
literally no clue. Like, I could not
or they have
picture.
like jumpsuits.
I don't know what that name is. Like, you're describing it to me, I will not figure it out. I promise.
Anyways, they're in like these navy jumpsuits.
I still won't.
Anyways, I would wake up early and watch Imagination Movers on Disney Channel. Or I think it was on Disney Channel. But yeah, always been a morning person. So that's
What? I feel like what was like this isn't really Slumber Party. I don't know if it counts, but I would say like when we lived together, so I guess technically we're always having sleepovers, but like when we would actually like hang out and have a sleepover,
yeah.
the first thing that came to mind was Steven's snack packs.
Oh yeah.
So that was like, I feel like that's a cute little ritual.
Yeah. Oh, and even I would do that with my friends.
Yeah.
Like, one of my best friends, we would always get the Steven snack
pack.
pack.
Yeah, that is what our dad coined when he would just go to Target, or where did he go?
He would probably go to, like, the dollar store.
Oh, yeah. And no, because he would get us popcorn and a candy.
Yeah, popcorn.
And it was
candy.
when Target had popcorn, like had that little
yeah.
Then
it probably was Target.
The hot foods, like what was?
Oh
I don't
my
know what we call
God.
that.
Yeah, they had the popcorn and slushies.
Like, I feel like they had like a hot dog or something
and like a pretzel, I think.
Pretzel.
So basically, like movie theater.
Yeah.
And he would put popcorn in our box and candy.
Yeah, and it was.
And I remember, yes, the sweet tart balls is what we would get.
Is that really what they're called?
They're like sweet tart minis, maybe.
Yeah,
oh my God,
it's probably minis.
I can like taste them in my mouth. Like, you know when you're like thinking about candy and your jaw, yeah, your jaw hurts. That's why like in the Barbie movie when they talked about like the Depression Barbie and they're like eating the Starburst until your jaw hurts is so real. That's like, I laughed out loud.
What's the later one? Is it 2008? The Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
That's the same thing.
No, I thought the BB.
That was the same thing, like the Depression Barbie.
No, I thought the BBC one was the other one.
No, it's all the same.
What, really?
Yes, it was. No, it's all the same. It was. It talks about like, oh, when you're laying in bed rotting in your.
No, No, I'm saying like they're talking about the version of Pride and Prejudice.
I thought you meant it was a different scene.
No,
you're just meaning that part of it.
The other version of Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, then the one they were talking about? Whoa. There was some miscommunication there for a second.
There was a lot of miscommunication.
Sorry, that was hard to watch. Which other Pride and Prejudice?
Keira Knightley. And
I think that's the one they're talking about.
I don't think so. I can't look it up.
What was it, 2008?
No, just say BBC. BBC Pride and Prejudice. And just show me what comes up.
This is 95.
Let me see what comes up, though. Let me see. That is what I'm saying. That is not the version that I prefer.
Wait,
I prefer the
guy?
one. No, that's Colin Firth.
Oh, yeah. I knew I recognized him. I just didn't know from where. Yeah, I've only ever seen the Keira Knightley one. I haven't even seen the other one.
Exactly.
That's interesting that they chose that then. I feel like
just sounded good. And
like
some
the
people
Keira
do
Knightley
really like that
is...
one. No, some you'll see, like, it's very divisive subject.
I'm not into that Pride and Prejudice land. I've only seen it once.
I've never. I like that movie actually.
I want to watch it again because I don't think I fully understood what was happening the first time. I don't think I fully understood what was happening the first time I watched it. It's very like Old English.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was fully there.
I tried to read Emma by Jane Eyre or Jane Austen, or who is it by? We're cutting that.
No. Jane Eyre is a book. That's why you got that mixed up.
Okay.
Emma
anyway.
is by yeah, Jane Austen, right?
I think, but then I confused myself.
Jane Eyre is a book.
This is so embarrassing for me.
Yeah, Jane Austen.
Okay, I tried to read it, and I got, like, halfway through. Like, there's no way. Like, I just cannot.
Oh, Jane Eyre is by Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte.
Charlotte. Speaking of, that probably sounded really weird when she came out having that name. When she came out and her mother gave her that name.
She came out. Charlotte Bronte.
Sorry, that's probably so annoying.
Yeah, so the ice.
Around, I feel like that.
Okay, so we're not done with the Sneak and Snack Pack.
Okay,
it had candy and popcorn and a $1 movie for Redbox.
Yeah.
We would.
Oh my god, yeah. There's something about getting like the movie from Redbox.
Like sometimes, you know, when you go to a store and you're like, I really wish I could just buy this like DVD.
Yeah,
because I want to have it like physically.
Different. Like when you can I feel like it's like the amount of options you have with like streaming. It makes you feel like, oh, I have nothing to watch.
I'm so stressed. Like nothing's more stressful than having to pick what to watch, especially like us on Saturday, like a couple days ago. It took so long to figure out a movie, and then we ended up just watching a movie that we've already seen.
It's just like, wow, like when you have so many options and you just like can't decide what it is,
because you're like, I could be watching something else.
Like everything is amazing because I don't have a lot of options, and you would be like really happy to click this movie that you might never have clicked. Like, you know? But when you have so many decisions, it's like, it's overwhelming, and then you're like, there's nothing to watch. There's a million things to watch.
There are, but then I can't.
It's making
and then you try to find something very, very.
All the time.
Yeah, you try to find something very, very specific to what you want. And it's just like, why don't I just watch the movie that I want to watch?
Yeah, or just like maybe you'll end up loving a movie and you didn't even know.
Yeah, so we would go to Redbox, which had like DVDs to rent, and we would pick a movie. They were like $1 to rent. Yeah, and that would be in our our Steven snack pack.
And it was just like really fun, and I don't know. Now looking back, I'm like, was it trying to make it like fun because we had no plans on a weekend night and just had to hang out with each other?
Yeah, no, I loved that. I loved that.
Looking back, but at the time you'd be like, I'm like with you too much already.
My little sister.
And that's why like our dad was like, I'm gonna make it fun. Make it
right.
I don't think that's what it was, but
because it's like it's a sleepover, but like also we're like sleeping in separate rooms, like just going back to our rooms. Yeah, I did love that. I do. I feel like I had
something very specific. Well, this isn't specific to us, but like we would make pallets on the floor, and we'd always call it a pallet. And I thought, like, you know, when you like put a bunch of just blankets and make a little, like, what else do you say but make a pallet?
Yes, and every time I felt like I put every one of my friends onto that word.
Yeah, no, like you lay the blankets around and you just make a little bed on the floor when you have a sleepover. Because you're in the living room, because there's a lot of you.
And like, did you think everyone said that?
Over and you put all the blankets and pillows.
The big blankets that your uncle gave you.
And we called it a pallet, like making a pallet. And I just thought that was like normal, like everybody said that. And then I realized, like, people, and suddenly people are like, what?
What is it? What would they call it, though?
A bed on the floor?
Blankets on the floor?
I don't think there's a name. It's literally just blankets on the floor.
It's literally a pallet.
No, it's a palette. Like you could.
And that sounds like French.
Yeah,
palette.
But I just thought that was
sounds
so
more fancy. Like I did too. Until I realized, let's make a palette on the floor. we're quirky. No, I realized after I would be like, let's make a pallet on the floor, get comfy. And then people would be like, what is a pallet?
Yeah.
And you're like, but no.
And then everyone else starts using pallet.
And then everyone starts saying the word. And you're like, I invented this.
Yeah. Like, this came from us.
Yeah. Yeah. The only other sleepover or slumber, sorry, we don't say sleepover here, we say slumber party.
We can say sleepover, okay? We're mature. Not that the slumber parties are not, because this slumber party, our podcast, is really cool and mature.
Yeah. Anyways, the other is like slumber party. Like, I just have not good stories about my slumber parties, but I have a tendency to like get Charlie horses in the middle of the night.
God. Oh my god, really? Like often? Do you get
like
them
probably too often than like the normal person? And Dad gets them a lot too, I feel. So maybe I got that from him, or maybe we're just
like
really dehydrated.
Or like I don't know, does stretching like change anything with that?
Yes, it's like if you like maybe like over exercise and probably stretch properly. But I think a lot of it has to do with dehydration.
Yeah.
And so like there'd be like sometimes I'm having a sleepover with someone and I would get a Charlie horse. Remember one time I had a sleepover
and you have to be quiet, like,
and I got a Charlie horse and I literally woke up from my slumber and I was like, ow, ow. I was like, ow, ow. And then my friend woke up and she was like, are you okay? And then I went to the bathroom and I threw up. And that's when I was like,
I'm sorry, you threw up?
I threw up, and that's when I knew. I was like, oh, it's dehydration, because I threw up. And then I came back, and I was like, yeah, I just threw up. And she's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I got a Charlie horse. And then I couldn't fall back asleep, and then so she stayed up with me, and we watched Moana. We watched Moana in my bed at like 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Like watching Moana after I had my Charlie horse, and then I threw up. Yes. And the thing about a Charlie horse is it is sore all day after. Like, it's not just like, oh, a cramp and then it passes. It's like the whole rest of your day is ruined every time you walk. It hurts so bad.
I don't know if I've ever had one hurt that bad.
Okay, that's the only time I ever like threw up. Yes, every time it happens, I'm like, like chugging my water, like as if that will make it go away instantly. I'm like rubbing my calves and like chugging water, trying to get it to pass. And yes, it happens too often. I'm like, maybe I have an issue, because it will happen. And sometimes, like, I can feel it coming before I fall. It's always in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It is never during the day. It is always like 3 a.m. Like, I wake up from my REM sleep with a Charlie horse. Like, it happens too often.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
But that's the only time I ever threw up was at that slumber party with my friend.
Yeah, there has to be a science behind that. Like, please tell us below. Like,
yeah, it's like
the science behind that. Because, like,
hey, the doctors listening.
Dude, you don't. Yeah, doctors.
Please let me know.
No, but like, really, I've had something to say and I lost it.
Keep your microphone close to you.
They're really good microphones.
If you can't hear Abby, it's because she'd be moving
it's
around.
okay. Like, I was laughing a lot and I did put it like away on purpose.
So that's the only other like sleepover story I could remember.
There's one time, it was like high school, and you know how like mom like hates, well, first I'll say I had a few friends over, just like tight-knit group, very tight-knit group, and someone like had a Ouija board. I don't know who had a Ouija board. I remember a Ouija board. But like, you know how mom was like really like, she's scared,
anti-Ouija
very
board.
anti-Ouija board, because she like apparently, allegedly, I believe her, that she
We'll
I won't say allegedly. I do believe that this happened. That she used a Ouija board, like, in the house, and she, like, swears she was, like, haunted. Like, literally, like, haunted. And then she told her dad, and he burned it in the field.
I think I'm also anti-Ouija
Yeah,
board.
no, I am because of that story.
Yes.
Like, because of that story, I'm
Wait.
so, like, nervous about them. Anyway,
Yeah.
so one of my friends brought a Ouija board, and we're like, I'm like, okay, like, I kind of, like, wanted to do it. Well.
You're like, who's moving it? Who's doing that?
No. Listen. So, and I wanted to do it, but I was, like, still really nervous about it.
Yeah.
And so that weekend, we were house sitting for the neighbors across the street, and, like, I feel like Dad said something, like, offhandedly, like, oh, like, we're like, watching, like, or house sitting, like, you guys, they said you could use the, like, backyard or whatever, like, if you have friends or something. Like, I feel like it was a joke now that I look back at it. that
Honestly,
that was a real
if we
thing
think
that I
back
could
to
do.
this, it's his fault.
Yeah, literally, it is his fault. Like,
If
should
he was
have known
joking,
I was
why
gonna
was
take
he
him
serious?
at face value. Like, I did not look into that statement. I didn't hear it if it was sarcasm. And so I was like, well, like, we're house sitting, and, like, I don't really feel comfortable doing it in the house.
Yeah,
but let's
can't
go.
let the demons in my house.
But let's go to the back, like, to the neighbor's backyard. So we didn't go into the house. We just went through the side gate. I thought this would be okay, but then again, like, also I didn't, like, tell anyone I was going, but we were going.
I must have been, like, sleeping over at someone's house.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
When that was happening.
And so Nova's trying to get in.
Oh, Nova's trying to get into the room. Should I let her in?
Yeah, I think so. Just
cut.
It's okay.
Just cut?
So, we went to the backyard, basically. Like, 4 or 5 of us. I feel like it was only, like, 4. And then we were, like, sitting there in the dark, like, didn't turn anything on. Like, just, they had, like, a basketball court. And so we just sat on the basketball court. And we did the, like, Ouija board. I don't remember anything about what happened. Like, I don't know if it moved.
Yeah.
Probably didn't.
Yeah.
Probably did not. But I don't remember because then I, like, see the garage door, like, starting to open. Like, I think I saw it, like, through a window. Like, and it started to open. I was like, I was freaking out. And not because I thought something with the Ouija board was weird, but, like, just because,
like, I'm in my neighbor's yard.
I was like,
and
oh
they
my
do not
god,
know
like,
I'm there.
we're getting caught. Like, we're getting caught. Like, there's no.
Oh, and it's, like, worse for you because you, like, live.
Yeah, it was my,
next
and
to
it's, like,
them.
my fault. Like, the whole
Yeah.
thing was my fault. Like, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so apparently it was, like, some other neighbor who was, and she, like, started coming to the back, and, like, we tried to just go out the gate, the side gate, and then she, like, saw us. And apparently it was, like, a different neighbor or one of their friends that was also, like, house sitting, and she maybe, like, doing inside stuff or something. Like, I don't. Anyway, so, like, she caught us, and then I just think I was just like, oh, I live right here. Like, we were just that. I don't remember what I said. I blacked out. Because I'm not, like, that is mortifying to me. And,
that is so scary.
Yeah, and then we went back,
and keep in mind,
oh yeah, and then
we went to high school with one of the neighbors.
Yeah, no, like, we went to high school.
Son.
Like, it wasn't, like, yeah. Like
I was in the same grade.
Yeah, they had a son who also went to our school. So it was, like, even worse.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then the neighbor, like, who was watching also, like, called the people that lived there. And then I think I told, like, our parents before.
Yeah.
I think I just, like, as soon as I got home, I was like, so, like, this happened. You told me it was fine. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And then he just laughed, and then our neighbors called him. And yeah, so awkward.
God, that is so awkward.
It was horrible. And I've never done a Ouija board since then.
One and only.
No, I actually am scared of them.
I'm not interested in contacting anyone.
Me,
that's not
me
this
neither.
earth.
Yeah.
Aliens,
like,
ghosts.
What is in it for me? Like,
actually,
what's in it for me? Like, the risk is not worth the reward.
Is there a reward? Like, that's a question.
Reward question mark. What is that?
And, like, I'm not saying if I do or do not believe in ghosts, but, like, I also don't want to find out. It's kind of like...
I'll find out eventually. If they're real, then I will find out eventually.
Like, but I don't need to know. Just, like, I don't care about evolution very much. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, is that bad to say?
Sometimes, like, you don't need to know
Everything.
how I ended up here. Like, I'm just trying to be present in the moment.
Exactly.
Okay, no, we encourage education. Like,
we do.
Please be educated.
And, like, that does sound bad. That, like, like, I don't care about, like, the world. And I do, but, like, but sometimes when I think about it too much, I'm like, oh, geez, like...
I think it's, like, interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. I don't even know how we got here.
Me neither.
I don't know how we got here, but I don't want to keep talking about evolution.
I feel like that was a big word to, like, bring up. A big thing.
Absolutely nothing. Sorry.
Okay, Nova's in the tree.
Nova's over there. So... If you see any wrestling, I don't know if you'll actually see her, but
she's back there.
Oh, also, okay, I was thinking of, like, sleepover movies, like, really good sleepover movies, and, well, this one isn't really, like, I would say, like, a go-to sleepover movie, but one time in high school, me and my friends watched Cruel Intentions. Have you seen that?
Is that the one with, like, the step-siblings?
Yeah.
Yes,
and then,
I have
like,
seen that.
There's, step-siblings, and then, like, that one, Reese Witherspoon.
Yes. I kind of remember it. Like, the step-siblings were, like, sleeping with each other.
Yeah.
Woo!
Anyway.
Oh, man. Whoa. Except the step,
brother?
Like, no, but, like, both of them, like...
What?
Well, they were, like, individually, like, hot, I think.
Okay. That's what
not, like, together. But, like,
yeah.
individually. I'm like...
Yeah, they are. I do think so, too.
But
yeah, like, I think, like, I think maybe one of us had seen it or something. I don't know. But why we chose this movie.
Okay, Nova? Hey.
Nova, can you please get out?
She's fully in the tree. She's climbing the tree.
You can definitely see it now. Okay. Nova. Get. Hey. It's okay.
I knew if she was in here, she would get up to something.
I know. Why does she do that? She's like, because this is when she wants to get out of the room. She starts
right.
My face.
I didn't even see.
She starts to literally, like,
destroy things
because she's like, I'm mad that I'm trapped in this room, so I'm gonna, like, wreak havoc. So
but she's all meowing.
But then she wants to get in. She scratches at the door. We let her in, and then she's like, "No, I want to get out, and so I'm gonna ruin your life." Sorry, I have some trauma from when she was a kid and kept me up all night.
I get it.
Because she could not relax.
Nova has never ever been relaxed in her life, actually.
Yeah, no. She's alert.
Yeah, she is.
No, she does not fall asleep like Leo, our other cat.
Yeah, our parents' cat, Leo. He's like the one cuddler, like big cuddler.
Yeah, he just like falls asleep, and you know, like, you've seen videos, like, people, like, try to wake a cat and they're like,
yeah,
like, I don't know, like, she is so, like, always up.
Yeah,
she is always up and ready.
Yeah, Percy's like goes.
I don't know. Maybe those
like
are
if
not
she's like
cats.
really asleep.
Maybe the sleepers are not the normal ones.
Yeah, I feel like all the rest of our
Nova
cats are
very
pretty
normal, and that's how all cats are. They're just always alert.
It's just. I think it's just personality.
Like, in there. I hopefully you can't hear it.
Yeah, I think it's fine, and if you can hear it, this is our life.
Yeah,
as cat moms,
and we don't want to kick them out of the room. Like, I feel
what kind of cat moms would we be?
Yeah.
Like, if we kicked her out of the room.
I don't want to do that.
When she's like happy in the tree.
We just have like separation issues.
Yeah. I really do.
Because I'm like, oh, like, I feel bad for them. Like, they don't
like
care.
Percy's the only thing in my life.
She's just
like
gonna go out there and sleep out there. And she's like, cool, my cat tree's out here. She don't care, like, about me. But I care
so much. One-sided for me and Percy.
I literally care so much.
I don't even think we said the cats' names. in the beginning.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we didn't. Okay.
My cat is Percy, and she just turned a year old.
We'll try to put a picture. Are we that advanced?
I could put a picture.
Okay, we'll put pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. She's like really the editor.
Yeah. I could put a picture. So yeah, Percy, she's a year.
I would have to learn how to put a picture. Like,
okay, I'll teach you.
I don't know.
It's not gonna be fancy.
Okay. No, I don't think so either. But
okay, and your cats?
And then my cats are Nova, who she is currently in the plant causing a ruckus. And then my other cat is Moon, and she is just a sweet little. No, okay, I'm not going to compare them like that. They're both sweet little perfect angels.
You got the rambunctious.
I don't want to hurt Nova's feelings because I love Nova so much.
Nova's her firstborn.
But Moon is more like lower energy.
Yeah. Moon's a little bit more of a scaredy cat.
Scary.
Scaredy cat.
Yeah. Like, she is not scary.
She looks like a teddy bear.
She looks like.
I'll also put pictures of them, but yeah, best cousins.
Yeah, so
they used to live together just like us, but we don't live together anymore.
No, we don't.
We did for like a year, and that's when I got Percy.
And that's why we have to start this so we can hang out more.
I know. Have a slumber party.
Okay. I feel like we should go to.
You never said the rest of your Cruel Intentions story.
Oh, there wasn't much else. I don't think.
But you just watched.
We just watched it. It was kind of wild for us. Like we were in high school, and we were in. Not only were we in high school, but like high school, and we were like kind of like nerds a little bit. Like we didn't. So like we weren't watching like a movie like that. Like that was like. Whoa.
You're like.
Incest.
Literally crazy.
No, it was literally just like people are kissing. Like it wasn't that deep.
I'm like,
and we were like, oh, like people are getting like, oh, they're taking like the shirt off, like like because they're
like that's what we wanted to see secretly.
But we were all like, oh, like this is crazy. Yeah, because we were like nerds.
Okay,
school. But yeah,
so my sleepover movie that I was thinking of, I just feel like any kind of like DCOM, Disney Channel original movie, I feel like it's pretty good, but especially like a romance one.
Yeah.
And I thought like Another Cinderella Story was really good. I love that movie with Selena Gomez.
Oh,
and that one guy.
Sorry, Another Cinderella Story.
Yeah, no,
is it called Another Cinderella Story?
It's called Another Cinderella Story, and then the one with Hillary Duff is A
sure.
Cinderella Story, I think.
Yeah. You're right.
No, I'm thinking of the Selena Gomez version because it is so good. You're the new classic.
You're the new
PYT. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good we loved that movie.
We would like.
I think My Roman Empire was
like, the dance at the end.
Oh my god, and the dance.
And then you know how like they were showing in the end credits, it would like zoom up.
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
It like was showing different people dancing, and we would like memorize.
And we would pause on the people, and we try to do their pose.
And we would do their pose.
Yes. Okay, if you guys have ever seen that movie, they have this end credit scene where they show the dancers. I can't believe
I pulled that out of my brain.
Yeah. It's just crazy how some things are in my brain that don't come to the front for the longest time. Yeah.
Like that is
something
wild.
Triggers it. Yeah.
Like and I'm so happy I didn't lose that memory forever. I'm so glad it's still here.
God, I needed to know that. I needed to know that I did that.
Brought me so much joy thinking that. Like remembering that.
Yes. Nothing's better than
our brains are crazy.
I know, brains, evolution. Yeah, anyways, we would try to do the dances, and the dance in the beginning with the one-way mirror is iconic in my opinion.
Yeah, that is iconic.
Like the one-way mirror is so good. Okay, that would be like, I think is like the perfect slumber party movie for me.
So I feel like we should do our next thing. Jump into what we are currently reading. Listening to / watching. We kind of want to do this like every episode.
Yeah. Kind of recap recently.
Oh, my mic was over here. a fun little recurring thing that we can just meet on.
Yeah.
Reconvene.
Yeah. So we'll do
Oh, I did not write mine down, but I know.
You'll think of it. So we'll do song of the episode.
Yeah.
What we're currently reading. Do we have anything else?
And maybe watching.
What we're watching. Yeah.
If you have something.
Yeah. So
okay, you go for song.
For song? Okay. I screenshotted it so I didn't forget. But Chapel Roan just came out with an album called The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess.
Yeah.
And I know most of the songs were singles before. But one of my favorite songs off the album that I haven't heard before is After Midnight. It's so good.
I haven't listened.
You guys should listen.
I need to.
Yeah, I'm going to see her live in November and I'm so excited. And then she's opening for Olivia Rodrigo. We got Olivia Rodrigo tickets.
Yeah.
So we'll see her open, which is really fun. But also Pink Pony Club is iconic and that's on the album.
Yeah.
But After Midnight off the new songs that I know is one of my favorites. But really they're all really good and it's
So I screenshotted mine, but my phone is preoccupied. So I'm trying to remember because mine was a Hosier song. And it's the one on his new album.
Hosier.
Is it Hosier?
I think so. I used to say Hosier.
So it's Hosier.
Hosier.
Okay.
But I had to switch up my way of saying that because someone told me that.
Yeah.
And I was oh.
Is that how I should have reacted?
No, but I was
because I didn't.
Well, I was are you sure? I think that's what I said.
You're no, it's not. But then again, if someone randomly told me that years ago, I would also question it. I'd be like, how'd you get this information?
Right.
But now with TikTok,
I'm when has he ever said that before?
With
pull it up.
No,
pull up the
literally,
interview.
it's how I feel when I think about people in the 80s doing a research paper.
That's so true.
How do they do it? They had to go to a library and actually read books and not just
but read a textbook.
Google?
They couldn't even ask a specific.
So what I'm
question.
saying is I feel even 5 years ago or even longer, if someone would have said, oh, it's pronounced Hosier, I'd be where'd you get that information? How'd you do that? Because there's not TikTok. And I feel TikTok would be the thing I would have seen that video of. It's Hosier pronouncing his name. And it's oh, I did it again.
Don't
Hosier.
Remember how I got that information.
But I'm just, but I'm I feel it's more readily available.
Yeah.
And that's not even probably true because it was readily available before, but it's just at a different scale, I feel Anyway.
Was it off of his new album?
I hope that made sense because it really made sense to me. So I hope someone understands.
I understand.
Yeah.
It was off his new album?
It was. And it was one of the longer titles, and that's why I can't remember it right now.
Oh, I can pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I have not listened to his new album.
It's really good. It's really good, but I don't have
heard
anything super memorized yet.
But I need to
I'm still getting to know it.
I feel it's just one of the things where I have to dedicate a couple hours to.
Yeah.
To really diving in deep.
Yeah, I haven't read the lyrics or looked into lyrics yet. I've just listened. It's to someone from a warm climate.
Okay.
And then it has a word in parentheses I can absolutely not pronounce.
Let me see.
No, I'm not even gonna try.
That's is it
so yeah, I really like it. I was listening to it today, and I wish I had more to say about it.
I've listened to the singles that came out,
and then
album.
This is so stupid, but today I was listening to I was shuffling all my liked songs on Spotify, so it was a lot of music I have not listened to in a really long time, and In Love with a Girl came up by Gavin DeGraw. And that song,
wait, how does it go?
So
how does it go?
Good. I was I replayed it after.
Yeah.
I literally replayed it.
Okay, wait, how does it go?
And
the chorus.
I'm in love with a girl. I'm in love.
Yes, it's ringing a bell. And Gavin DeGraw is so
yeah.
Like, that's my old school.
That's your what?
That's my old school.
Yeah.
Gavin DeGraw is my old school.
He is old school now. No, but like he was like had that song in Pitch Perfect, right? What was that?
What's the song? Oh, I don't wanna be anything. What's that theme?
The One Tree Hill theme song.
Montreal, yeah.
Iconic. That was his start. And
No,
he was on the
has
show.
some
Like
good-
they brought him on the show like a couple episodes. Like he was like a performer.
Was he like himself? He played himself.
I think so. Yeah.
They're like, listen.
But he wasn't like famous like he is in real life.
Yeah.
It was like he's just a performer.
Yeah.
Maybe. Actually, I don't remember. Maybe I'm making that up.
I don't think I've ever seen
But
that show.
that's how I picture it.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
Anyway,
yeah.
I was listening to that today, and it's fun when sometimes you're listening to random music and just like another banger comes on that you haven't heard in forever.
Yeah, and I remember all the words.
Or it's like nostalgic, which I think is more like
Yes.
Gavin DeGraw's, like more
Yeah.
nostalgic. But
It like gives me a certain feeling, which is like the same feeling that like oh god, like what is that person's name? Nathan something?
What? Nathan?
Wait.
I
No.
don't know what you're talking about. I so wish I could help.
No, maybe that's not his name. I don't know. It's just like that dad music that our dad would play.
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking of like an artist.
Yeah,
Or
forget
something?
it. Forget it. Just yeah, but it has that nostalgic feel. So
Okay. And then currently reading.
yes.
Okay, I'm currently reading the 6th Harry Potter book, which is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And I just started it yesterday, but I'm reading the whole series right now, rereading.
Read so fast.
When I am determined to do something, like I will do it.
Like it's taken me at least 2 years to read the Harry Potter series, and I'm still not done.
Yeah. But you like take breaks. I like I read them in succession.
Yeah, I can't read them in a row because
I just like
I
have
get too
to.
sick of it.
Even when I was reading the Cruel Prince series, I thought like after the first book I was gonna be like, okay, like want to read something else, but then like I immediately wanted to start reading the second book.
I did read the Cruel Prince series
was like,
back to back.
There's more. Like there's more to read about these
Yeah.
characters that I love.
Or like this world.
I don't know.
But I'm
I
like
get your side,
I'm
though.
such a mood reader. Like I have to be in the mood for it, or I won't be able to read it.
I have like moments like that, but usually I can if I'm just reading it, then that's what I'm reading.
Like I hate having to like try to force myself to read it.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at forcing myself because usually when I start a book, I feel like I have to finish it.
Oh, I don't feel that way at all.
I know. That's the difference. Like that's why you're more like that the
I'm
mood
like-
reader and you're like, so I'm not going to finish it.
Yeah.
I'm like I need to finish it because I started it. Even if I give it a literal 1-star rating, it's like, well, it's mixing up my ratings.
To me, I'm like, oh, it's not
People
worth
need
it.
to know that books are bad, you know? I need to finish it so I can give it a bad
Yeah.
rating.
Yeah.
I was going to make a Colleen Hoover diss because I feel like that's why people need to finish books when they're bad to rate them because why does it have like a 4.5 on Goodreads? It's because the people who are like starting
Don't
it
like
aren't
it.
that don't like it aren't finishing it. They're
Or,
like
rating it. Yeah.
and then they're just like, oh, so I'm like, I'm gonna finish
Yeah.
a bad book. But I guess some people rate it if they don't finish it. But I feel like
That's
that's such
true.
a cop
I do
out.
see that sometimes.
I'm like, no,
I'm like,
finish
it's
it.
not real.
You don't
It's
know.
not real. You have to read every word.
Read all of it, or it's like, what if something happens? It's like
That changes your mind.
but then maybe like it just doesn't matter. It's not redeemable because
yeah.
it was so horrible in the beginning.
I don't know, but also I'm like that counts towards your reading goal, and you didn't even finish the book.
Right. So I feel like I have to finish it, and that's why I'm like going so quick through the Harry Potter series because I'm just like,
Yeah. So I did pick up the 7th Harry Potter book because Abby inspired me. Since she's reading Harry Potter right now, I was like, okay, maybe I should be in the mood.
yeah.
And I kind of am.
I was trying to get it.
It's been a little
ready.
slow.
I was trying to like read them now that it's fall, and like start reading them. And I was gonna give myself a longer time. I was gonna give myself, but then I have like really been getting through them.
Yeah.
But I
You-
was just
you
wanted
really
to prep
have.
to like watch the movies in October, November,
Yeah.
like sometime like in the fall, like spooky, like chilly vibes. Just the good Harry
Mhm.
Potter vibes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. So
Nothing better.
I wanted to read the books, reread the books, Sorry, I have to say that I'm rereading
Yeah.
them.
No, I would say that.
I'm. You have
I've
to know.
I've been reading them for the first time.
But I love them.
So I'm on the 7th book, Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
And I'm like 100-something pages into it. So I've barely
I'm
made
so
a dent.
excited. That's my favorite one.
But yeah, I've never read the books. I've not watched the movies. I haven't even
So
watched
do you
Harry
know how
Potter.
exciting it is to have Harry Potter, like, and you're reading all the books and your favorite one is the last one? And you're like, I'm going to get through them so I can get to my favorite one and end with my favorite
motivating.
one.
That's motivating.
Because what if you, like, a lot of people's favorite is, like, number 4, Goblet of Fire.
Not mine.
Okay. That's a controversial opinion. That's like that's just like a hot take.
Wait, no. Which one was my least?
Like
Which one is the one that starts with, what's the 5th one?
Oh my gosh, the way I just read the 5th one.
It's
the
Order of the Phoenix. That's actually my least favorite. That's my least favorite, I think, because it starts with the world's Quidditch Cup or something.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I hate more than a Quidditch chapter. I'm like,
it's like
I don't care. Just tell me who
Angelina, Alicia, like with the quaffle, boom,
yeah.
Harry dives.
I can't picture this. Like, well, I can picture it a little bit because the movies are out.
And she literally just says,
honestly,
it's like
don't care.
Lee, whatever, is like announcing the game.
Yes.
And Professor McGonagall is like watching, and then it like really goes through scenes of the Quidditch game, like and you're like
in detail.
It's okay.
And I'm like, just tell me who wins. Just tell me like who, like
the
cursed who during the game. Tell me who fell.
Yeah, sometimes that like dialogue is
so
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so having the whole first like part of the book be the Quidditch World Cup or whatever it's called. I'm like, I actually don't care.
Yeah.
And that was only to, what was that even for? Is that the beginning of the 5th book or the 4th book? Because now I'm thinking it's the beginning of the 4th book.
Oh my god.
Because they introduced Crumb, right?
Yeah, they introduced Crumb because he's in the Quidditch match.
Yes, and then he becomes part of it.
And then also they, right in the beginning, is like Mr. or something Crouch. Mr. Crouch. And then he's like a judge. Sorry, I just read it. It's okay. That's not.
There's a lot of characters.
Now that I'm thinking about it, he's not as big of a character.
There's so many characters. I know that name.
He's all part of the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the beginning of the 4th book. And when I'm reading them, so like in succession, they do kind of like blend together.
Yeah.
Besides like the main stuff. The main plot.
I never watched the movies before. Actually, that's fake. Because remember in Missouri, we went to the part 2 of Deathly Hallows midnight premiere.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I don't remember anything except for one thing, and it was Ron and Hermione kissing.
Really? I feel like,
of course, I remember
that's like the one scene you can picture.
Yes, from like outside in the wind or something.
Yeah, the one thing I can picture from that movie is like Harry Potter and Voldemort's like duel, like at the end.
Abby, spoiler. They duel?
If this is spoiled for you at this point.
I'm just kidding. I do have some spoilers about like...
I can't help at this point.
Okay, it's been out for like years. I'm just gonna say it. I know that Dobby dies.
Oh my god, that's gonna happen. No, it happens like midway through Deathly Hallows.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. So I knew it happened. I
thought you meant no spoilers for them, and then I realized you just haven't finished the last book yet.
Well, I got past the part.
I'm sorry.
I got past the part.
At least I didn't say anything else.
Don't say anything after.
I'm not.
I'm not. But I got past the part where Hedwig dies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've been thinking about
It's so fresh, guys.
No, that's actually
Hedwig
like cool. Like why?
And then immediately
why did she have to? Like that's
Mad
J.K. Rowling for you.
Mad Eye. Dead. So those two have died so far.
No, yeah.
And
I'm
like,
really be taking people out.
First 80 pages was two big characters.
Gosh, Hedwig. I was upset about that.
Well,
and I was even reading it today, and I was like, Hedwig's dying next year. Like Hedwig's gonna die next year.
Actually, that makes me really sad the more I think about it. Like
Hedwig, no, like
it's just an animal.
Yeah,
like
it's a
why
precious
would
life.
they? Like they couldn't have made him fly. Are you
Like,
serious?
it was just, they were just pointing at anything. They were just trying to get Harry, and Hedwig was just flying near them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, no.
So
it's actually so sad.
Yeah. Well,
Hedwig
anyways,
didn't
that's where I
deserve
am. I know that Dobby dies, and that's, like, really the only thing I think left that I got
that you
spoiled.
remember. Yeah. I didn't remember, like, anything. But actually, like, going
And I kind of know who, like, ends up together.
sorry, because I watched the movie before. Like, I watched them all again. Or I watched them all through, and then I read it for the first time.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't know what was going to happen, like, the main things.
So the cats are about to fight. Okay, so that's what we're reading. And then, right now I'm watching... Well, I was rewatching The Vampire Diaries, and then you get to season 5, and you're like, oh my god, I've watched half of the series, and I'm so, like, Vampire Diaries out.
Yeah.
Like, it was way too much.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to get to the part where Damon and Selena get together.
No,
they get together at the end of
realize
season
how
4.
long it takes with those shows.
With the 22 episodes, 40-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Is
feel
way
like,
too
honestly,
much.
Maybe that's another reason why, like, series are so short now, because
Thank
like
God.
you can't binge watch, like, seasons over and over.
And I do like, people are like, oh,
when they're
like
22 episodes per season.
Yeah.
Like, even like Love Island is a really long, like, that's just how the style of the show is. But like, after watching once, I'm probably like not going back and like rewatching the whole thing. It's so long. And that's how it is with those shows, because they're just many episodes.
And like the Vampire Diaries is, I feel
and it's
like
emotionally draining.
I've seen the Vampire Diaries all the way through once before, but I feel like it's still a show that I can't put on the background, because like every single scene, it's like you're learning new information. It's new information. Every single scene. I'm like, if I miss something, I'm like, I'm lost in the episode.
No, you're so right.
And so now that it's like,
too much.
now that it's the 5th season, it's like way like building on top of so many things. I'm like, honestly, I
realize I can't do like any of those shows anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
no, like Grey's Anatomy.
No. Like, I only get like a few seasons in. Probably
I
up
tried
until
to
Lexi and Mark.
Yeah.
And then
I tried to rewatch Pretty Little Liars, and I think I only got to like season 5 also.
You can't. I don't even try anymore.
And it's like, those are also shows where it's like, maybe you really should have ended like the series way.
Yes,
like,
but it's like
several seasons before.
It works for shows like Gilmore Girls, because you can just throw Gilmore Girls on.
Yeah.
And it's just like a little fun.
And like,
it has a plot, but like, not everything is like, it's just fun.
But the Vampire Diaries, like, you can't miss an episode.
Yeah.
Or you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of over that. That's what I have been watching, but like very, very recently, I've just been watching like YouTubers. Yeah,
same. Well, I did finish. Well, the first batch of episodes came out for Love Is Blind season 5. I know you don't watch Love Is Blind.
I don't,
but it's
I
so
watched one
good.
season. I think the first one I watched.
I need you to watch so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's so good this season, like really good. I was never bored.
I really don't think I'm gonna watch it. This is the one thing that we don't
agree on. Well, I love my like.
Well, I do watch reality shows, but
I just like observing people, like observing like. Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna jump up.
Yeah,
there.
she did. Look.
Yeah, like.
You love observing people.
Yeah. No, like, I like observing like people's behavior and like comment, like, and like having an opinion about it. Like, I guess like it's just so fascinating. Anyway, that's why I love trashy like reality shows. Like, I just watch all of them because I find them interesting.
It's hard for me to binge watch reality shows. I like to watch it like do a weekly thing, and I can only watch it with other people.
That's so
I can't watch it by myself because I have too many thoughts and I want to share them.
Yeah, this really is. But when I want to share thoughts with people, I just like watch a podcast on YouTube, like a commentary, like a recap, and they like talk about it, and I'm like, it's kind of like a way to like scratch the itch of like wanting to talk to someone about it.
Yeah,
because I feel that. And I also want to do the same thing, so then I watch videos.
Okay, my favorite is Below Deck, I think. My favorite reality show.
I can't get into Below Deck.
I love Below Deck because it's not just
it just doesn't like,
it's not just them talking about them
jump out
like like going about their lives. It's like they have to work.
Yeah.
And I love like coworker drama.
Yeah.
That's the best. So Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
yeah, so I think that's what everything we're listening, reading. Well, you didn't say what you're reading.
I did. Harry Potter.
Shoot, I forgot. You transitioned it so well. I didn't realize
Thank
you like. I feel like you didn't have your full moment. Like,
oh no,
it was
I
so,
did.
like,
We
in the
talked about it.
Okay.
We were all there.
I remember the whole conversation. Okay, we're just perceiving it different.
Yeah. No, I did say
I
the
guess.
7th Harry Potter book.
But I think that's like
concludes.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's weird because this, again, like our first time ever doing this. And now I'm like, how do you end it?
How do you end a podcast?
You
Like,
just have to be
I'm
like,
never
"Okay,
watching to the end of the
thanks for
podcast.
watching."
I'll be honest. No, I have done it before.
No, but sometimes you like put them on in the background when you're falling asleep.
Or it's like you do it in 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Like watch half later.
Well,
well,
thank you for watching.
Yes.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try to do this. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, we're just grateful for everyone for being here. And share it if you want.
Oh yeah.
Like promote
Subscribe.
ourselves. Promote ourselves.
Subscribe.
We are on hopefully everywhere you watch podcasts or you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, we'll have it
say that.
on YouTube for sure with the video. Hopefully Spotify.
Yeah.
That's all I really care about, I think.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh. Sorry, there's a
honking outside.
There's some honks out there.
Yes. Okay, we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.